Hey, hello, hello. What do you guys think of my little makeshift fireplace behind me? I know it's a bit cheesy. I mean, it's a YouTube fireplace on my TV, but hey, it totally works. I am all about the ambiance. I cannot get enough of this holiday cheer. I love it. As you can see, I decorated already. I'll give you a quick little spin around here. Let me know if you want more. Of course, I can do a real video one of these days. But I am working down here because we've got fresh snow. I just got back from a walk. Our first big snowfall was yesterday and it's still snowing today here in Minneapolis. So yeah, I thought get out for a walk and enjoy the morning. But with that being said, I wanted to just say one thank you to my current subscribers. It means the world to me that you're checking in on a daily basis. Or I know I don't always check in on a daily basis, but whenever I'm posting those videos, if you're new and just checking it out, thank you for stopping. You'll find that on the Elle Daily channel, really it's about kind of growing on a emotional, spiritual, and mental level, and just kind of being the best versions of ourselves. So I'll try to give you topics to contemplate on or journal on, and just share experiences from my life that may or may not resonate with you. If they do, great. And if they don't, hopefully you can take the message and apply it to your own situation. So with that being said, I'm going to read one that spoke to me. Actually, it really spoke to me. It did when I read it on the 9th, but even now, I just spoke to my mom on Sunday, and their neighbor friends who are in their 80s had lost their son, who's about my age, who's in his early 40s or even maybe late 30s. Regardless, he just had passed away this Friday night. So it's kind of sad to think about, right? It puts things in perspective, just thinking, wow, yeah, life can be taken at any time, and you just have to be grateful to wake up and say, oh my gosh, regardless of your situation you're in, you can just be grateful to be alive and well. So here's the message. Oops, is this the one? Here it is. It was from here. So I never regret growing older. I know it is a privilege denied to many. And so that just spoke to me, thinking, yeah, you know, there's some kind of joy in growing older, wiser. We've got construction on the bridge. Can you hear all that? I think they'll be done pretty soon, but that's why I got my condo for such a great deal. Hey, there are pros to everything, right? So going back to that aspect, it makes me think, you know what, we can be so grateful to just have our loved ones and our health and be alive and well. So that's simple. I'm going to leave it there. But hopefully that resonated with you. And then this one too, I really loved. Be happy, not because everything is good, but because you can see the good in everything. So I thought absolutely, and I know that's again what we always talk about here on the channel, is there's always, there might be a bad situation, but there's always going to be something good that can create that happiness. So yeah, find the good in each situation, and that is what brings that true happiness. Okay, and then the next one I just wanted to read and sum up. That one is just too straightforward. I'm not going to read it. There's one more on this one, and then we're good. Okay, so I don't wait until I'm confident to show up. I show up until I'm confident. So I like this one for many reasons. And, you know, I think I told you about bringing out that inner geek or nerd. Any of you that are watching this channel probably have a bit of that. And when I say that, I think there's such beauty in having a little bit of a nerdy side. And when I say that, it means you're not worried about being like everybody else. You're not afraid to, it's kind of like the black swan, right? I mean, they didn't notice the beauty, that story. I love that story of the black swan. Maybe in the younger days, the swan felt ugly and, you know, alone. But when it really came down to it, they were this beautiful swan that everybody kind of, not that you want to have envy either, I'm not saying that, but it's the parable, right? It's that message. So I don't even know if you'd say parable. It's really the message of the story, right? To know that it's okay to not be like everybody else. And when you're younger, a lot of times you want to fit in. You just want to, you know, you don't want to be different. But the older and the wiser I get, the more I'm really happy to be myself and to just kind of not be afraid to stand out in the crowd. I'll give a quick example. This past Sunday, if you're from Minneapolis, you know the town, Wayzata. It's beautiful, kind of has that Hallmark feel, especially at Christmas. So they've already decorated for Christmas. And the Vikings team right now for Minnesota is doing amazing. So woo woo. It's good to hear. We're not usually good with our sports here in Minnesota, but the Vikes have been doing really well. And I watched the early portion of the game. I was at brunch. I had a brunch date. And then I went about and did my errands, and I was in Wayzata. And so I thought, I heard news that we were doing well, and I thought, I gotta go watch. So I go into this restaurant called The Cove, and I love it. I love the people, the ambiance. I definitely like, nice things. You've heard me talk about that before. But I will say sometimes when you're at The Cove, the clientele or the people are maybe more reserved, or they're more prim and proper, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't have a lot of, I'll be classy, don't get me wrong. But if we are cheering the Vikes on and we win in overtime and it was an amazing game, I'm not cheering like this. I'm more like a woo woo. And bottom line, here's where I brought out my inner nerd. And I think everybody appreciated it because everybody were in these little clumps. But this bar is circular, so you can see everybody around. You can see us all celebrating, but people kind of celebrated in their little clumps. And so my thought was, oh, let's all do like air high fives and get people kind of cheering together and make it feel like a community. So really, it was a special moment in the fact that I'm glad, and maybe I did that because I was by myself, so I didn't have anybody to cheer with. But even if I was with others, the idea is to connect with people, right? And some of these people were probably multi-millionaires. Doesn't matter to me, right? We all are special, unique, amazing, whether you make 30,000, washing the streets. I don't know if that's even a job. I just said that. Or you make, 3 million a month. We're all special in our own way, and nobody's better than or nobody's better than one or the other just because of that. And I think we all need to celebrate our differences, but know we are so much more alike than we realize, and connect with people on all different levels. So that's really what the message is about today. And I think anybody watching this channel has a little bit of an inner nerd or geek to them, and congrats to you. It's a beautiful thing. And use that to try to bring connection or help people feel more comfortable and at ease. That's the idea. Like, even if you go to a wedding or a dance floor, if you can bring out your cheesiness or just not be afraid what others are thinking, you don't need to be dancing perfect. You just need to be having fun. And that's the idea of it. It gets other people comfortable in their own skin and to realize, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to go out there and be myself. So that's today's message. I hope you are all doing so well. Let me know if this resonates with you, if you relate. Something to really consider for journaling is, to think, am I being my true authentic self? Do I let my inner nerd or geek come out? Or do I try to keep it just to my family, friends, and loved ones? I tend to do that. More of my nerdiness does come out with the loved ones, but I love to share it with other people as well. So with that being said, sending you all so much love, and I will be back soon. Bye.